Today, Behind the Bloom podcast is a companion to episode 302, Hearts and Flowers. I'll talk about making a heart out of flowers, both big and small. I'll decorate heart-shaped ivy topiaries, mix up a wild heart cocktail, and share some fun decorating ideas that include hearts and flowers. And Ms Margo is on hand. Share her handmade soaps that provide the health and wellness benefits of flowers. It's all about hearts and flowers, of course. You're going to love it. Flowers are a great way to say what's in our heart. And flowers are not just for Valentine's Day. You can share your love with flowers any day, with someone special or even with yourself. One of the best things we can do is to tell ourselves we love you. And flowers are a perfect way to do that. Cal Flowers is a proud sponsor of this podcast and Life in Bloom, where flowers and wellness go hand in hand.
All right, Hearts and Flowers. Hey, Jay.
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good. I'm real good. I'm excited for this one.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
I love this episode. Well, there's several things about this episode. I love the fact that we're doing Hearts and Flowers because we get to feature bleeding hearts.
Yes, I love bleeding hearts.
Which is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And they're all coming up in the yard right now, so that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then this also has Ms Margo in it. And she was just on our podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we talked about her soap a little bit, but we're going to get more in depth on it on this one. So
It's true.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about that when we get there. So this was interesting. So episode 302, Hearts and Flowers, we had thought about, do we do a show about Valentine's Day? Do we do a show about Easter? Or do we do a show about Hearts and Flowers? And do we do a show about like lilies in bloom, which we have coming up? So we tried to take it away so it could be more everyday and classic and be evergreen as opposed to being like a Valentine's Day show. So this is kind of our take on a Valentine's Day show because we're talking about hearts and flowers. So my tip for this week is that Oasis Floral Products makes a flower foam heart. In fact, they make many different kinds. They make small ones and big ones, but it's not very big. The little solid one that we use in this show is not very big. And it's a fun way to create a heart out of flowers. And you can buy it at your local craft store. You can buy it online. I just think it's a fun way. And so my joke about this is when I used to do shows about weddings, and I would have weddings in my flower shop, but I would give people advice about it. I always had a product that I would call up the groom after they booked all their flowers for the wedding. I'd call up the groom and say, hey, would you like a little heart of flowers that I can make and make it out of her favorite flowers maybe, or her favorite color of roses or whatever, and we'll put it in the room where she gets dressed.
Oh,
and then
cool.
it'll be there with a little card from you.
Oh.
And they're always like, okay. And I said, I call it wife insurance.
I love that.
And they would always and I never, ever lost a sale.
Oh, I bet.
Never.
Bet.
Once I said wife insurance, I never lost a sale. They were like, oh yes, I must have that. The other thing I would do is they used to come in a set. So there was a little tiny one that fit in the middle of a bigger one. That was and the bigger one was like a wreath. And it still wasn't very big. The big one was probably 12 inches tall and the little one's like 4 inches tall. And so it would come in a set. So I knew I had to buy the set. But I talked Oasis finally into selling just the little one by itself. But it used to come as a set. So I knew I always had to unload that other one. And I said, and then we'll do another one for your mother-in-law.
Oh, there you go.
They would balk sometimes, but the guys who always got them said, that was the best investment. The mother-in-law insurance was way better than the wife insurance. And I was like, okay. So, it's just how flowers can change people's minds, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is all dedicated to hearts. So, and that was it.
I wanted to ask, in your opinion, why do flowers and hearts go hand in hand? Because they totally do. And I was just like, I wonder what it is specifically.
I think ever since the time we were little kids, I mean, this is going to be the dozen roses story again. When somebody does something big, we give them a dozen roses. We're the only country that does that. You know that.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
right.
In the U.S., we're the only ones who do that. The dozen roses is not a thing in other countries, only here. And so that's very interesting. So it's like, if you have a baby, you give your wife a dozen roses. If you're in trouble, you give your wife a dozen roses. If it's your anniversary, you give a wife a dozen roses. So I think it's definitely a romantic connection.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Is that romance and flowers probably go hand in hand. And so romance's symbol is our heart.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's probably why,
Yeah. Mhm.
and it's funny, the little foam heart that I'm talking about is in this episode, but I don't think I show how to make it. It's just appears on a wooden tray in the
Oh.
bedroom. I think it's because I made it out of the daisies with the DecoBeads.
Mhm.
But then later on, it appears as just a heart made of light pink roses sitting on a wooden tray on the sofa in my
Oh.
bedroom, which, it was just used as a prop, but I
Mhm.
think that that's part of it. Here's the other deal is when you can turn flowers into a symbol, when you can take those little flowers and you can make them into a heart, something magical switches in people's brains.
Yeah.
And it's like we always joked about one of the best selling arrangements in our coolers as florists was the flower soda. And you would put 5 carnations on top of a soda glass, and you'd put styrofoam down on the bottom, and you'd put a couple straws in it and a fake strawberry on top of it, and you could sell it for $25. It didn't cost you nearly that much. And I
Mhm.
was a little kid, and that was the first arrangement I learned to make. And I was always like, my dad would always be like, "Is there a soda in the fridge? You better make one," and it was just a good thing to keep me busy. But I think that happens. I have this wonderful friend, Eddie Von Barken, who works for Raymond's Flowers, I believe. Raymond's Flowers and I don't know if he still does, he's very old now, in New Jersey. But he would make these symbolic sympathy arrangements. And I always wanted to get him on the show. I've always wanted to get that, but he doesn't like to travel. He made a giant cheeseburger that was like 30 inches across
Yeah.
for a funeral for a guy who loved cheeseburgers.
Oh, wow.
I think when we see stuff like that, it's just like, oh my God, it was a cheeseburger made out of flowers. And even for my brother-in-law's funeral, we made a Mickey Mouse head out of flowers because he loved Disney. We made popcorn because he loved to go to the movies and you
Oh.
get popcorn. So it's just like a big thing of popcorn, and it had popcorn in it that was made out of pom-poms and hydrangeas, and it was a container that looked like a popcorn container.
Yeah. Cool.
So I think whenever you do that, I think something magical switches in our brain.
Yeah.
I think that people get really excited about that. That's something that's really exciting.
For sure,
them.
for
So,
sure.
yeah. So this first one was a little daisy pom-pom one. I don't follow, it's a pattern, but I extend the flowers a little bit more in areas to give it a more elongated hump shape. Because if you go in really tight, once you've had the flowers to that form, it makes it just look like a blob.
And I love that you called that out, Jay, because when you're watching it, it's like I would have just probably tried to stick everything in there and created a blob. So the fact that you call that out, like really it's almost more of like a template. So you need to like pay
Absolutely.
attention to what you're making versus what you're
Yes.
trying to adhere to.
There's another show. I'll put it in the links down below. I made a French poodle out of flowers on JTV. And so I'll put a link down below because it's on the uBloom website. In that, you can see how I used a structure as a template, but I made the flowers create the form and the shape.
Okay. Cool.
And that's what this does. Now, the other thing I will tell you is this same little daisy pom-pom heart is the exact same size as the rose one you see later. This same heart.
Oh, okay.
With the roses, I just made it be bigger. And you could just extend those out a little bit further and make it bigger. And I think that that's really cool as well.
Cool, cool.
The other cool thing about this project is the DecoBeads. It's a company called DecoBeads, and they have the large ones and the small ones. We just showed them in this because they had this heyday where you would illuminate them with these LED lights that you could stick below water that were made by Acolyte Company, and I don't even know if they're in business anymore.
Okay.
The guy who created the DecoBeads passed away during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
And he was a wonderful man. He was a really wonderful man. He was a really good friend. And we did lots of DecoBead stuff on uBloom. And
Okay.
so if you go and search DecoBeads at uBloom, you can see a bunch of videos of all the stuff that they made. They made Halloween decorations, they made Christmas decorations, and all sorts of stuff. It was just nice in there because adding the light underneath those really gave a reflective quality to those.
I love the light underneath. They totally like brought it to
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if they still. Okay, here was his claim to fame. This is the coolest thing about it. So he made it was a polymer that you would soak up water. Right?
Okay.
And it would swell up and then it was reflective, right?
Mhm.
Well, that polymer is two things. He makes a product called Soil Moist, which is that polymer that you can mix into your container gardens, and it will hold the moisture and help it be drought tolerant.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't get as much water, it can pull moisture from there. But it also is the product that's inside a diaper.
Oh.
And so when a diaper soaks up, it's all very heavy. That's because that polymer is inside there and the urine soaks into that thing.
Yeah.
And so he made a fortune. And he was the greatest. He was just the nicest man.
Oh.
His wife contacted me the other day and she said, I think this show happened to be on. And she said, I saw the DecoBeads again and then it just reminded me of my husband. And I just wanted to touch base. And he thought the world of you and that you guys were such good friends. And he would just say, hey, do you have an idea to do this? Do you have an idea for, we got these crazy Halloween things that, that swell up. And I love, in this one too, are the giant DecoBeads, which they're the size of a baseball.
Yeah, yeah.
They're incredible. I would take them to shows and people would just go nuts. They would just go wild over those things. And I think I still have some in my garage. I don't even know if they would swell up anymore. Who knows? But because they would come and they would be like a little rubberish type ball. And then when they'd swell up.
They'd grow.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, it was amazing. It was really fun. So yeah. Okay, so now here, this is a very interesting story too. The decorating the heart-shaped topiaries.
Yes.
We are on location at a place called Schubert Nurseries.
Okay.
In Salinas, California.
Oh, so it was in California. Okay.
It was in California.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a rep for them. I sold hundreds of thousands of dollars of their topiaries at my store in Nebraska. Okay. I would get in ivy topiaries, herb topiaries, all of these things that they would have that just were incredible. So this was a wonderful gentleman, young guy, younger than me. I was out there with him and he had this range and they had these, and I'll put a link down below because we did 2 California grown experiences at their location. And there was a lady who worked there, who hosted me both times and took me to Fern World one time where we could see all these ferns growing, took me to where these topiaries were. And these are where these heart-shaped topiaries were. One day, someone walked into his place when they legalized marijuana in California, mm-hmm. and you had to have a pre-existing greenhouse.
Oh, okay.
And this guy walked in and said, I would like to buy your greenhouse. And he said, oh, yeah? And he said, is it for sale? And he said, yes, it's for sale for a large number of millions of dollars.
Okay.
I won't tell you how much.
Okay.
A large number of millions.
Okay.
The guy said, okay, and threw a briefcase on the table.
What?
Opened it up, and it was full of cash.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, what did you do? And he said, I closed that briefcase. I drew up the paperwork and handed him the keys, and my wife and our kids, they moved to France.
Wow.
And they just left, period, that fast.
Wow. Just like that.
Just gone. And I was just like, oh my God, that's just so great. And so now the girl that I was talking to, the girl that I did the shows with that you'll see in there, she works, I think, for the Apricot Association now.
Oh, okay.
She works for the Apricot Growers of America or something like that.
Oh.
But he was the first person to ever sell a greenhouse that was operating in the horticulture industry to cannabis.
Okay.
And he got out and took his money and left.
Probably at the right time, too.
Yeah. And no one has ever taken up this line. You can't buy those ivy topiaries anymore. Nobody's making them. Nobody.
Oh, huh.
If somebody was, I could see them being sold at like Costco or at grocery stores. And it was becoming a mass market item at the time. But they also did topiaries. They did like giraffes and rabbits. And I mean, they had all this crazy stuff that they would do. And he was just like, okay, I'm done. And he was gone.
Yeah.
And God bless him.
Right.
Yeah. Him and his wife loved France and they wanted their kids to speak French and would go to France all the time. So they just moved there.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably not going to get that opportunity again, so.
No.
Yeah.
And he was just, it was funny too, because I remember there were a lot of people in the flower industry that were mad at him.
Oh.
And I was just like, you be mad at me all you want.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
I have a briefcase.
Mad or jealous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that that's true. They were really cool heart-shaped topiaries, though,
Oh,
and we just used the ribbon, and this was actually a pickup episode, too. We used it to augment this show because we had a very strict budget, and we just didn't have room to make another segment.
okay.
So we used, and that was actually the same with the first one, too, was a pickup, too.
Okay.
So I'll put both those links in there so you can see what that show looked like from the
Okay.
very first time, too. So then we just did a heart form and showed how people could hang it on a wall. Or you
Yeah.
could hang it. I used to make those for weddings all the time too. People would hang them on the doors of the church.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually a sympathy product that you
Oh.
would make a wreath to take to a funeral.
Mhm.
But I always thought, why wouldn't you use it for happy things too? I mean, why wouldn't you use it for all kinds of stuff?
Right, right.
So that's
Mhm.
what this one was for.
Okay.
So yeah.
Jay, when you're arranging something that, like, has to fit into a certain shape, does that change the way, like, your process for how I mean, 'cause you know, are envisioning how things are gonna look in advance. Sometimes you have, kinda carte blanche to just do whatever you want, and sometimes you're restricted to this heart shape. I'm just wondering what your mindset is like when you're going through this.
I think the biggest thing I think about when I'm doing, because this is like a set piece, okay? And that's what I would call it. So, like, if you're doing a wreath, if you're doing a heart form, if you're doing something that is a sphere, you've got flowers in very close proximity to one another. So, you really need to pick a color combination that's going to work well.
Okay.
In this case, very interestingly, because we've talked about this a lot, this is a 50-50. This is a white and pink
Oh,
arrangement.
right.
So it's 50% white flowers and 50% pink flowers.
Mhm.
The thing to look at would be to look at my face while I'm making it. But I mean, but it's important to pick that out because I think also things can look polka dotty really quick with white. And so you have to make sure that you're also bringing flowers around so that you see the side of them as well as the top.
Interesting.
And so that's also, so it's building it in. I'll zip back to the Everything's Coming Up Roses episode where we talked about decorating the floats.
Mhm.
There's a difference between covering something with flowers and making an arrangement that's going to be awe-inspiring on the front of a float or the back of a float.
Right.
And so there you're filling in space and form and you're creating negative space or you're creating voids to look through. When you're creating a form, you're covering the entire thing and you're making sure you maintain the shape. As you talked about at the very beginning with the heart shape thing is
Mhm.
using it as a template, not as a pattern.
Right, right.
So yeah. And I don't know. Okay, maybe I didn't say that right because it makes me think about people who sew. I think many times you might use a pattern and embellish it. I
Mhm.
mean, obviously people do that when they're Project Runway or something like that,
Mhm.
There are probably basics that you embellish on.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what it would be
Interesting.
for sure.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
When it comes to flowers lasting as long as possible, I always choose Kreisel Flower Food. Flowers benefit from food and keeping the water clean. In my experience, Kreisel Flower Food does the best job. It's formulated by scientists. My favorite product is Kreisel Professional 3. Kreisel Flower Food products are available at their website, kreiselflowerfood.com. That's CHRYSAL flowerfood.com. And be sure to use our discount code, uBloom10, for 10% off your purchase. Support the joy of flowers. The Life in Bloom Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to flower education and inspiring a love of flowers in everyone. The foundation helps fund the production of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom on public television, making it possible for viewers across the country to enjoy the beauty and benefits of flowers. The foundation also provides free flower education to high schools, colleges, and floriculture programs through uBloom.com, helping students and future florists bloom in their own careers. Your donation in any amount makes a difference. Plus, all contributions are 100% tax deductible. If you'd like to help us continue sharing the power of flowers, visit the lifeinbloomfoundation.org to donate today. Thank you for your support. Flower cocktail hour.
Yeah.
Oh, wild heart cocktail, which is Aperol, vermouth, lemon, and bitters. It's definitely a bitter drink.
Okay.
I love bitter drinks.
Yeah.
So I do like Aperol, and I like
I do too.
Campari and stuff like that.
Especially with some citrus too, kind of gives it a
isn't,
nice little...
It isn't a strong one. And we use the little heart.
Yes, the heart ice cubes.
Ice cubes.
Yes.
Which makes this whole thing come together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, so that looked really good.
Yeah.
And they were just little, this was the chocolate mint. So you can make chocolate mints for your wedding, for your own wedding.
Yeah.
And so I got it at like the Wilton section of the craft store.
Oh.
But I just used that silicone mold for ice.
Oh,
and
cool.
So then it made the cute little tiny heart.
It tied it all together. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
So then next up was Ms Margo, who we just talked to a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ms Margo came and I said, hey, bring some of your soap. And she said, okay. And so her and Bob showed up with every soap she makes.
Oh, wait, so how many different kinds is that?
A basket that was 12 by 12 filled.
Wow.
With like 48 of them. And we completely covered that island in Kathy's kitchen. I just didn't think about it at that point in time because I was like, and it looked like a store,
Yeah.
And so what you will notice is, and I will put up the Behind the Bloom because there's a Behind the Bloom with Ms Margo and her soap too. Okay. And then you'll see what it looked like.
Okay.
But when we sent it to American Public Television, they said, this looks too commercial. You can't do this.
Oh.
And so you'll notice that this whole thing with me and Ms Margo is shot basically of our heads.
Yeah. Okay.
It's real tight on us. It's real tight on us. And they had to crop it in because we didn't shoot it any other way. And so this is where I learned about commercialism.
Okay.
In that. Would have been much better for me to take one of each one and set it out on the table or put them together on a plate or grouped them by a different type of thing so that we could individually talk about each one. But it's made with goat's milk. Now, a couple episodes back on the lavender episode, we talked to my friend Katie Kuipers, who used lye to create the switch. And that lye creates a chemical reaction. The lye dissolves and then hardens up the soap. Ms Margo does not do that because she doesn't use any chemicals. So the soap is much softer.
Okay.
I notice, and this is what she told me. She said, so when you get them, they're soft. And if you get them and you put them in the shower right away soft, you can go through one in the shower.
Oh, okay.
But if you set them out, she said, now make sure you set them out and let them cure.
Okay.
And so we let them cure. And once they're a little drier and a little harder, then it's like a regular piece of soap.
I gotcha.
And so you can use it. I love the sage one. There's another one about two sisters. I love that one. There's one that is cucumber and patchouli that I love. Kelly hates, but I love that one.
Oh,
that's
cool.
one of my favorite ones. But Kelly doesn't like patchouli.
Have you tried the SOB?
I have.
Yeah, is that good? I want to try that.
Here's the thing about SOB. SOB smells like Ms Margo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether she uses it all the time. Ms Margo has a smell to me.
Oh, cool.
You know, so when like when we were interviewing the other day on the show, I could smell that smell.
Oh, cool.
I wasn't in the room with her, but I could smell that smell because that's Ms Margo's smell.
Yeah.
That's the smell, and I think it's that. What did she say?
Wisteria, I think.
No, the Chumbawamba. It's not Chumbawamba because that's
the band. Yeah.
But that I think that's the fragrance that she wears. And I think she wears it for Bob because I think he likes that, and then she likes the wisteria.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
There's just so many different fragrances, and so when you go to see her in person, they have them all set up, and then you can smell them, and then you can put them in bags and mark the kinds that they're on there. And there's a little description with each one that tells what health and wellness benefits it has.
Oh, okay. Because each one, you kind of got into it a little bit in the episode, how each one of these things has all these different benefits. And I would love to go and learn more about all that.
On her website, they are also there because you can order them on the website. She'll ship them to you. All of those descriptions are there too. And we'll put that link down here below too. So you can go there and say, what are the health and wellness benefits of SOB? What are the health and wellness benefits of Two Sisters? What is the health and wellness benefits of, I can't remember. they have the greatest names, and they're funny because she's funny.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
she was
I mean,
hilarious.
did you think that when we interviewed her?
Yeah,
I mean,
I was dying laughing.
She's very funny.
It's so quick.
And we just never know what's gonna happen when she's there, you know, and like, you know, when I almost killed her with the soda. And, you know, I mean, it's all that crazy stuff.
Yeah. And I love she told the SOB story, which is in both the episode and the interview we did with her a couple weeks ago. So for people listening, go listen because she'll do it justice better than I feel like. Go either watch it on the show or on her episode.
Yeah.
Both were
she's like, I hated this guy, and then he left me, and then he came back, and I married him, and I'm just like, what? Wait a minute. Yeah. So yeah, it's a big deal. I know that there are people who come to her just to get soap and do not get readings. And I know that there are people who come to her for pelts and don't get readings. I know that there are people who come for her prayer dolls and don't get readings. I know that there are people who come and get dream catchers and don't get readings. I know that people come for the drum circles that Bob creates and don't get, I mean, you know, she's got a lot of different things, and she was so helpful to me. I think I told you in the Sage episode, I had a Native American person who was mad that I, as a white person, was showing how to sage.
Oh, right.
And I knew that would be an issue. So I had called Ms Margo and said, will you coach me so that I do this with respect and with honor? And so I told her, I said, Ms Margo taught me how to say these things. And Ms Margo said, have her call me.
Oh.
She can call me if she wants to, and I'll talk to her. And I said, but Ms Margo told me how to do it with reverence and respect as a white person, because I do know it's a religious experience for you as well. But I wanted to share it because I believe it works.
Oh, right.
I believe that saging your home works, and I believe that using their sage soap works. It gets the nastiness of the world off me and cleanses my home from that. We saged a lot during the pandemic because it's antibacterial. And the lady was like, oh, well, if you talk to Ms Margo, then you're fine.
Oh.
You know, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, I mean, so that was a relief for me. So I get that. She's such a hoot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just always really fun. And I if I think correctly, we filmed this during the pandemic.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't have a mask on. Ms Margo didn't have a mask on because we were on set, but everybody else had a mask on.
Right.
You know, and so you're like, kind of like, and
there's
you're
like
just
the different
looking,
zones, right? Like if
you're like looking at each other thinking, oh God, is this going to be bad?
Right.
Because we didn't know what it was doing, you know, and we
right.
didn't know how it was all going to work and everything. And I think that was a big deal about it. But they had driven from Detroit to come see us, and we were at Kathy's house. Got 9 people that are all wearing masks, and then me and Ms Margo were like, hey,
Yeah.
you know? And showing me how to hug heart to heart.
Oh.
So when you hug heart to heart, your head goes over the other person's shoulder. So like if I were to come in at you right now, my head would go to your the other side of your head. My head would go to your other side because your heart's over there. I would put my heart over your heart.
Okay.
So my head would be over there. Your head would be there.
Over. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I know we're all backwards. So whatever. Yeah. So you know, but that's how you do it, and it's way less dangerous than shaking hands.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah. Until she brought it up. I was like, okay.
I think it's funny because she was like, you know, looking at, you know, the remembering that part of it too. So yeah, it was really fun. She was so excited. She always is excited for her flower crowns. She loves her flower crowns.
Yeah.
So
she flips out. It's so awesome.
She's like, yeah, it was really good. We repurposed a heart-shaped box to put Spanish moss and succulents in.
This was so cool. I really like this.
Yeah, and that's my friend Madonna, who works for Abdallah Chocolates in Minneapolis. That's one of her hearts. So one of her chocolate heart boxes. And so then we just used it to repurpose the succulents in it.
I loved like the green in it, you know, the moss and the succulents. It's like it's a little like unexpected. I feel like, you know, you think of a lot of heart stuff as being like it's going to be red or pink or white. So to have like the green in it was really pretty. And I thought, I don't know, I just really liked the arrangement that you did with that.
I was always the kid too who would punch all the backs of the chocolates.
Oh.
You know, to see which ones I wanted, because I really was only like 2 I wanted. So if I opened up a box of what I thought was chocolates and it was all succulents inside, I would be so excited. So great. All the little succulents in there. That's so cute. Yeah. We did the flower petals.
Oh yeah, this was cool. Yeah.
You can dismantle or deconstruct just about any flower and use the petals. And so we thought, we all know that like if you're going to be romantic, you can put petals on your bed or, you know, or lead a trail to the bathroom or
Yeah.
in the bathtub or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, why can't you just put them on a table and
Yeah.
make a heart shape? And maybe somebody's coming home from work and I'm coming home and I got a really big, exciting thing I'm going to tell you and I can't wait till I get there. Then you could do the little heart layout and put the champagne in the middle of it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a fun way. I mean, you could do initials. You could put your phone number.
Yeah. There you go, phone number.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but you could write whatever you want in petals. And I think that would be a very fun thing.
Yeah, congrats or I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Sex.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Question mark.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Question mark. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think that's it's just a fun way to use them. And I think if you're using fragrant petals too, I think that that's wonderful. There are a lot of places who sell petals, especially Valentine's Day.
Oh,
A lot of florists will sell petals in a bag.
Oh,
And so you can
interesting.
buy them and take them home.
That's nice. You
And
don't have
maybe you
to
want to
pluck
put
them
them
yourself and okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a fun aspect that you can think about and use for other things. And the other thing I always tell people is remember where the rose came from because you don't want to do something edible. I still would want to put organic rose petals in my bathtub if I was taking a bath with rose petals because sometimes roses can have different pesticides used on them. And I don't know if I want that in my bath water.
Oh, right.
Or a single petal in a champagne glass is really pretty, but just make sure it's an organic one.
Okay. Got it.
Them bleeding hearts.
Yeah, I was so happy that I feel like it was timely that we watched this episode because
Right?
there's bleeding hearts out right now. And I feel like that's one of the first things, at least when I go to the Chicago Botanic Garden, we love the bleeding hearts. I guess I didn't put it together that they're one of the first ones to bloom until you brought it up in the episode. And I was like, oh, well, that totally makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're so big this year. I mean, they're way ahead of schedule. So I have dark red ones. I have red ones. I have pink ones. I have white ones
Oh, cool.
in the garden. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're all in different places.
Mhm.
And the pink one is my favorite. I bought a white one.
I know. I was surprised you said
I know. It's on the corner, though, and it's by the white area because I have some white lilies in the garden, too, and you
Okay.
will see those coming up.
Because you're doing a white flower episode, right?
White flower episode and about white flowers in the garden at night.
Okay.
Is the subject of that
Okay.
show. And so it does look good there, but I like the pink one the best. The red one seems to be the most prolific this spring, but I really like that bright pink one that's in the show. That's the one. Those are ones that we shot right in the yard.
Cool.
So, yeah. And they're a great cut flower. People don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
They're a great cut flower. You can cut them and put them in a vase and they'll last a week.
Cool.
I love to press them too. They're a really good pressed flower.
Oh, I
Because
bet.
they look really sweet as all those little hearts lined up.
Yeah, like little cutouts
They're
almost.
really pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bleeding heart was, I think, is in the language of flowers. I'll have to look and see, but I mean, I think it's about despair or something like that, or remembering a love lost or something like that. I can't remember. So,
Okay.
yeah. But they are deer resistant too.
Oh,
You are
yeah. I was
absolutely
surprised
right.
you said, low maintenance and deer
Yeah, they're
resistant.
deer resistant.
That's cool.
Yeah. And somebody wrote me in this week and said something about, I try not to plant food for the deers and the rabbits in my yard. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, hostas, I don't think about it. We've got like 7, you know how many hostas we have back here. We have about
Yeah.
70 in the backyard.
Yeah.
I moved one outside the gate because I thought, well, that'd be pretty outside the gate. No,
Got
it's
eaten.
already been mowed down by
Oh, no.
by the rabbits. Mowed down
Oh.
completely. And I'm just like, you little so-and-sos, the rabbit head.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I know where Ms Margo
Yeah,
can get more
yeah.
of those. I am aware.
Yeah, wait, was that your...
I'm aware.
Where did that come
Harvest.
from, Jay? Was that from...
Come harvest in my yard. So yeah, we're doing the flawn this year.
Yeah. So how's that going? I'm excited.
The grass is growing long,
Yeah.
and the rabbits are all in my yard from all over the entire neighborhood. They're all in my yard,
Oh.
and you know why? Because I haven't cut my lawn, and they're all making nests.
Oh, wow. So they're not eating it necessarily. They're just using it for protection.
Well, they're eating everything else,
Okay.
but they're making nests. I know they're
Oh.
making. They're fat. They're making
Oh,
nests.
okay.
And my friend Barbara will get so angry at me when I say this. But once those are born, I'm just going to let Ladybird out in the front yard. And we'll see how good of a choice that was of real estate. So, yeah.
That's
I won't
that's
say
nature.
I won't say anything more than that, except, yes, it's a nature show. Ladybird gets lucky. So, yeah, there's that. But, yeah. So, we'll end on that note.
Okay, yeah.
Hearts and flowers.
Yes.
Hearts and flowers. I don't like white flowers and I do not like rabbits. So just because they'll eat stuff.
Hmm.
Just because they eat stuff. If they wouldn't eat my stuff, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, they're all in my yard right now. So it's going along good. And so
Mhm.
but it's, they are thick.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
this morning there were 9. There were 9 in my front yard.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Besides making other rabbits.
I was gonna say there's gonna be 18 tomorrow. Yeah.
But they can't get back here. So that's
Okay.
the other problem is too, the little tiny ones will get back here, and that's not in their best interest.
Mm.
Just saying that.
Yeah.
Getting in the backyard with the girls. So. But, okay. All right. Thanks, RJ.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Thanks for joining us this week on Behind the Bloom podcast with Jay Schwanke and RJ Poole. If you loved what you heard, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. And share it with a friend to help us spread the joy, one bloom at a time. Thank you for taking the time to slow down with us. And hopefully you left feeling a little lighter and inspired to try something new. Make sure to join us next week for a brand new episode. Thanks for being here with us, Behind the Bloom. Hey, just one more thing. If you love flowers, you've got to check out uBloom.com. It's the online home of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, where you can stream every episode for free. Plus, you'll find Behind the Bloom videos, my blog, show recipes, and so much more. There's also a massive video archive, over 1,800 how-to videos, flower farm documentaries, and even my very first series, JTV. All Life in Bloom episodes, exclusive web content, and farm documentaries are totally free. Just sign up with your email. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there's a paid subscription option that unlocks the full library of how-to videos. Everything from creating bridal bouquets to centerpieces, corsages, and more. Tons of content to explore. You're gonna love it.